Welcome into another episode of Weird Bitch Wednesday. Weird Behavior Explained. I'm going to jump right into this email that I received. It says, I've recently lost a lot of weight, something I worked really hard for, but instead of feeling supported, I've noticed my friends acting different. Some seem distant, some make little comments that feel off, and it's left me feeling confused and even a bit hurt. I didn't expect this reaction, and I'm not sure how to deal with it. I thought this change would bring more confidence and connection, but instead I feel more alone. Do you have any advice on how to navigate it? Thanks for listening. It really means a lot. First, I would like to say thank you for writing in, because this is unfortunately something that happens really often with people when they make a really big life change for the better. They will find that most of the people around them do not like it when they like themselves more. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? Because it is, but that's just how it is. Some people don't want you to like yourself, and these are people who don't necessarily root for you, and you've confused these types of people with supporters, right? Because they've been around you for a certain amount of time, maybe a long time, maybe all of your life they've been around, but that doesn't necessarily means that they are for you or rooting for you. And what I mean by that is some people are just around you for a front row seat. They want a front row seat to your drama. They want a front row seat to your pain. Okay, so you have those groups of people, and then you have the people who really love and care about you, and they're there to support you. But sometimes you get it misconstrued because people are playing roles. They're cosplaying roles in your life, and they're pretending to be a friend, or they're just pretending to be a supporter, and they're really not. They're just there to get the tea. And you're thinking that because this person has been there, their presence has just been around, lingering, you think that they are in support of you, when in all actuality, they are really lurkers. They're lurking. And it sounds like you've had a bunch of lurkers in your life, or you're surrounded by a bunch of lurkers. Because if they're acting different in a non-supportive way to something as huge as a weight loss, a life transformation, because that's exactly what it is, then that screams jealousy to me. And here's why. When you say they're acting different, I'm assuming that they are withholding praise for you. And often people withhold praise from you, and they don't want to give you your props because it's a form of jealousy, and it's a form of abuse. It's how they punish you. They punish you by acting like they don't see it. They don't see your weight loss. They don't see that you've improved yourself. They don't see that you are becoming well, they see it, but they want to act like they don't see it. Like they want to act like it's not a big deal, when in all actuality, it is a big deal. Losing weight is a big deal. You are improving your health, and you are improving your quality of life. So I'm going to tell you, some things that are going to change are that you're going to get a lot more attention, a lot more positive attention. You're going to get a lot of good and bad, but you're just going to get a lot of attention from males, okay? And the friend or fake friend dynamic that you're dealing with is picking up on this, and they see it now as some form of competition, right? Because now you in the game. You've been sitting on the bench for a long time, you know, and now you're in the game. And some people may say, oh, well, big girls need love too. And some men love big women. Let's just be honest. But no matter what they love and no matter what someone's preference is, the fact that you have recently, like you said, worked hard to get that weight up off of you is going to put you in a different category. I don't care what nobody says. It puts you in a whole nother category. Okay? You are now a looker. And people are going to be looking at you in a whole new way. You have stepped into a whole new world. And the fact that your friends are not giving you credit for that, they're supposed to be the people who are pumping you up during this time, telling you how good of a job you've done, telling you how good you look, telling you that they've noticed, these changes, because they know daggone well they see it. So the fact that they are getting more distant tells me everything that I need to know, okay? So what you need to do is stand on business or watch these friends continue to play in your face. They're playing in your face by acting like they don't see you. They're playing in your face by acting like the weight that you lost is not a big deal. Again, like I said, that withholding of praise means that they are trying to inflict emotional stress on you, which will make you unhealthy because now you are doubting yourself, and you wrote into me, which tells me that you have questions and you're wondering why this is taking place, right? So they're trying to inflict emotional distress on you. And I'm glad that you're picking up on it. This is a step in the right direction. First, noticing that red flag, like, hell yeah, they are acting funny. They are acting different, and they are acting distant, because oftentimes when people do this, they want it to fly under the radar, and they want you to, feel the pain from it, feel the hit, but they don't want you to speak out on it. They don't want you to notice it and react to it, right? Because then they're going to try to act like you're the bad guy. Well, oh no, I'm not acting funny. Everybody, they may say something to the effect of, everybody's, not focused on you. Everybody not focused on you. Come on now. They see you. If they're around you regularly or, consider themselves to be in close proximity to you, they see you and they see it. So why wouldn't they acknowledge it? It's just dumb. Like the games that people will play, all in the name of jealousy. So that emotional distress, that doubt that they're trying to put in your head, that alone can make you unhealthy, because you can't eat or exercise your way through that, right? You've gotten out of the heavy weight, right? Now they're trying to inflict all of these different emotions on you, when all you should be right now is happy and proud of yourself and just moving into a positive direction. Okay, so you need to make support your baseline. Everyone doesn't necessarily have to sweat you during this time or pump you up, but at least acknowledge it. So if someone is not doing the minimum, which is acknowledging it, it's time for you to reassess your relationship with that person, right? They may not be all that you thought they were. They may not be team you if they are withholding praise from you, from something that drastic that they know daggone well that they see. So as I said, make support your baseline and stop ending up disappointed. Notice it, peep it, move accordingly, okay? These are not friends. These are foes. You could even demote them to associates if you want to do that. I would just cut them loose. But, yeah, stop ended up disappointed, because it sounds like they're operating in a spirit of control. And when people operate in a spirit of control, they want to control the narrative. They want to control your narrative. They want you to be who you were. They don't want to see any growth in you. Do they want to see you still fat? Probably, right? Because that kept you in your place. And a lot of times when people say get away from your hometown or get away from people who like to keep you stuck, that's exactly what they mean. They want to keep you stuck in a certain place. They don't want to see any growth in you. Clearly, losing weight is growth. Clearly, losing weight, you are switching identities. That's basically what you're doing. And they want to keep you where you were. They don't want to see you grow. So they're operating out of control. They see you. They just can't say it out loud because then that validates you. And in their head, that bigs you up, that pumps you up. And they don't want you to feel that. So they're controlling in the effect that they want to manipulate your mind and keep you feeling down about yourself or keep you feeling like you ain't doing nothing. And clearly you are doing something. Being in shape is the outfit. Like I said, you're going to get a lot more attention, positive attention. You're going to get some negative attention too that you're probably going to wish they would leave you alone and stop badgering you, right? But to a pick-me friend, like if you have pick-me friends, when you get any attention from a male, they're going to get upset about that, right? Because they want all of it. And that's probably what it is. They're probably used to getting all of it, all of the attention. And now they clearly see that you are going to be getting more of it, or if not all of it. Now, I don't know if these friends are bigger girls themselves or are they smaller? Because either way, if they see that you're leveling up in some way, because weight loss is a level up, they could be mad because it's not them. If they are smaller girls, it's not necessarily that they look better or you look better or anybody looks better than anybody, but you are stepping into a new version of yourself and they just may not be comfortable with that. If they are small, they don't want you to be smaller too, right? Because then you become their competition. People are weird. That's why I stepped into this whole role and made Weird Bitch Wednesday, because the weird way that some people operate, it will blow your mind if you're not discerning. But if you peep things and keep them in your mental Rolodex, you'll see these patterns in people. They pretty much don't change. Like a person like me, I can peg it. I can see it and call it out for what it is, right? So again, being in shape is the outfit. So these people, they sound like they're in your circle, but they're not in your corner. And that's because they're dismissive of your growth and your glow up, your level up. They're dismissing your growth and they're downplaying your glow up. And in my opinion, I really feel like you should let them go and just heal yourself totally. Like you've already healed yourself by doing the work. You said you did the work. You said you work hard. Your email says that you worked hard to lose this weight. So that means that you were more than likely working out and eating right. I think you should continue to heal yourself and continue to be on a health journey. And now that you've done the work of getting your weight down, then now you can, do the work of getting a better, more supportive circle. And like I said, everyone, doesn't need to sweat you all the time. But I mean, it only takes one time to say, okay, I see you. Okay, oh, you lost weight. It only takes one time. You saw the curated version of those fake friends that you have when you were overweight. You would have never known the real them if you hadn't lost the weight. So this is also an awakening. This is an awakening for you. This had to happen for you to see their true colors. The seed was always present. So I say take the mixed signals as a clear answer. You don't have to beg anyone to show up for you. Energy does not lie. Letting go of these people is healing. It will be healing for you. And I want you to normalize removing yourself from unsupportive friends. You don't owe them space in your life. Many of your friendships are built on the basis of you not shining. And it sounds like this is the case here. It was built on you not shining. And now that you're shining or glowing, now it's a problem. Because believe me, they are screenshotting and discussing you. So if they can do that, they can say something to you about how good you look. The hater you see in the end is who they are. So what they were doing the entire time was playing nice. They were playing a role. That sudden coldness, that behavior is a passive-aggressive tactic. They want you to feel ignored. They want you to feel some type of guilt. You probably feel blamed. They're excluding you, disregarding you, all of those things. That's not good. That's not healthy for you. So if you want to continue on your level up journey, which it sounds like you are on, you have got to get away from those people. So I know the next obvious question is, do you mention it? Do you mention, something like this to the people before you cut ties with them and say, well, I noticed that you didn't say anything. I lost all this weight. You know how I've been fighting to lose this weight. You know how I was working hard and you didn't say anything. That's up to you. But I'm going to tell you right now, when people are trying to do these manipulative tactics like emotionally abuse you and withhold praise, they're going to just hone in on highlighting your mistakes. They're going to say everything that you did wrong. They may pop up with some stuff out of the blue that you didn't even know upset them from years ago. They're going to go digging, okay? And they're probably going to reflect it back on you and accuse you of being the one who's acting funny. To sum it up, they're going to go against you, right? Because that's often what people do when they're offended. They want to treat you bad, but they don't want you to peep it. They don't want you to call it out. That's what often happens in relationships. It's happened in some of my relationships over the years, right? You're supposed to be able to do anything you want to do to me, say anything you want to say, act shady, do little underhanded stuff, but I'm not supposed to call it out. I'm not supposed to see it. And if I do see it, I'm not supposed to say anything. And the fact that I say something to you, it's an insult. Now you offended because I'm doing too much. That's often what people do. So, as I said, it's on you of whether you want to call it out or something. But oftentimes I find that the smooth transition on out is the best because people lie. And they will lie about how they feel. I wasn't thinking like that. Ain't nobody even thinking about you. That's probably what they're going to say. Ain't nobody paying attention to you. I got so much going on. But as I said, it only takes a second to acknowledge your weight loss and move on. You're not asking that your friends hone in on it and praise you and sweat you and worship you now that you've lost the weight. But you're just asking them to notice it, right? You're asking them to not treat you different. You're asking them to stop being distant. And you also send an email that they made comments that feel off. And it's left you, I'm reading back, it's left you feeling confused and even a bit hurt. Don't feel confused. That's exactly how they feel about you. The comments speaks for himself. I know you didn't expect this reaction because you thought they were friends, but that's what often happens when you misread people and you mislabel people. Okay, so all the distancing, those are manipulative tactics. They do not want you to love your new self the way you should. You should love your old self, but love your new self because you did the work to get there. Thanks for tuning in.